What is going on, guys? Welcome to The Reformed Reader, the channel where we review different forms of media through the lens of a Christian who is under the authority of the scriptures. My name is Josh, and today we're just going to do our monthly check-in. We're going to come in and just kind of hang out and talk about the month that we just had and the month to come. And today I'm going to do things just a little bit differently because when you guys are watching this, I am recording this just a few hours before, so I'm not going to go through and do a bunch of edits or anything. So it's going to be a little bit rougher around the edges than normal. But yeah, so let's talk about some of the things that we did this past month, starting with what did I read? What were some of the books that I read? Well, I read really like 1 and 2 halves of books because I finished the second half of Empire of Silence right here. I finished that one, and then I read The Count of Monte Cristo, and The Count of Monte Cristo took me all month to finish. It was a very long read. Now, even this copy, I know you're like, well, I've got thicker books than that. The font is pretty small and it goes all the way to the bottom of the page, and it was just a long book. So this took me all month to finish. I'm recording this on Saturday, June 28th, and I finished this just a few hours ago, and I started it at the beginning of the month, if that tells you anything. So yeah, this took up pretty much my entire month, but I needed some sort of a palate cleanse. I needed something in between because I was just kind of getting bogged down a little bit in sort of the vengeance of Edmond Dantes. So I did start Howling Dark. So I finished up Empire of Silence, and then I read The Count of Monte Cristo, and I've read the first half at the time of recording this. I've read the first half of Howling Dark, and I'm so far really enjoying it. So I really, as far as what I read this month, it wasn't a lot. It was 1 and 2 halves of books. So if you want to call it 2, you can, but really it was just The Count of Monte Cristo, and I finished the second half of Empire of Silence, and then I began the first half of Howling Dark. So this leads me into what am I going to read? So what am I going to read in the month of July? Well, first and foremost, I'm going to finish up Howling Dark. I'm excited about that book. I'm really enjoying it a lot more than I did book 1, and I enjoyed book 1, but you guys know I had my problems with it. But I'm really enjoying Howling Dark, so I'm definitely going to finish that one. Then I've got a buddy read coming up with some friends of mine, some close friends of mine here in the real world, and we're going to do one of the Star Wars books. We're going to do it's the Darth Vader book. I think it's called Dark Lord, The Rise of Darth Vader. So we're going to do that one. I think around the 12th is what they're talking, maybe starting around the 12th. So yeah, definitely going to read that one this month. I may do that one on audio. I'm not sure yet. We'll just see what my Audible credits look like. But it's a pretty thin book, which kind of leads me into what I'm thinking for the remainder of the month of July is shorter books. The Count of Monte Cristo, Empire of Silence, and Howling Dark are all big fatties, you know, so it takes a lot of time, energy, and effort into investing in these books to make sure they get finished. And I definitely don't want to be one of those readers where I'm just reading to try to check them off the list. I want to enjoy my time with them, but I definitely need a break from big, thick books. So I'm going to read some shorter books, starting with, I think I'm going to read, where is it? Here we go. I've got a whole stack of books over here, but I think I'm going to read Down Below Beyond. I've had it sitting on my shelf for a while. It's a thin book. It's less than 300 pages. I've heard it is sort of Guardians of the Galaxy-ish. And I think T.A. Bruno had something to do. He somehow worked on Guardians. And so it's like, it's sci-fi, but with some humor aspects. So yeah, I think that'll be one that I jumped into pretty quickly. And then I'm going to reach outside of my wheelhouse a little bit. I'm going to do a thriller or a mystery, and so I think I'm going to read These Silent Woods. This was sent over by my buddy Jordan over at First Line Library. He sent me this one last month by Kimmy Cunningham Grant. that's a mouthful. And so, yeah, again, it's another one. It's under 300 pages. It's a standalone mystery book. That sounds really good. Sounds like something that I could probably sit down and read in maybe a day or so. So looking forward to maybe getting into this one, but I'm not sure if I'm going to read this one, or I've got some other mystery books that I picked up this month that I'll get into in a minute. So I'm not sure which one I'm going to pick up, or maybe I'll pick up several of them. But that's sort of the direction I'm going. Is I want to do maybe 2 or 3 sub 300 pages books in the month of July. And then what else? I've been saying it for quite a while. Where is it? There it is. And so I know I just said I'm not going to read thick books, but I am going to read Theft of Swords this month. I keep hearing so much about it. Got several friends over Instagram, YouTube, personal friends that have said that I'm going to absolutely love this. So I do want to read this. So I think this is going to be my fantasy read for the month. Yeah, this is a big, thick boy. Now, I say that for those of you that don't know, which most of you do. This is a collection of, I think, 2 or 3 novels. I can't remember how many's in here. I think maybe 2 novels. And so, you know, maybe I'll count this as 2. I don't know. But yeah, looking forward to jumping into Theft of Swords. And so this will be sort of maybe what I wrap the month up with. Maybe depending on how quickly I can knock those books out, I may go ahead and jump into Demon in White. We'll see. Again, I don't want to just, you know, put all my eggs in one basket and say, well, I'm just going to read Sun Eater forever. But I am really enjoying Sun Eater. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to, as far as what I'm going to read. I'm going to finish Howling Dark. I'm going to read Dark Lord, The Rise of Darth Vader. Then I'm going to jump into some of the shorter books, probably The Silent Woods, Down Below Beyond, and the first book in the Rhaenyra Revelations, and then maybe start Demon in White. So really quick, I forgot to mention that I am also going to be doing a buddy read with Sam over iSamWise of Guy Gavriel Kay's Under Heaven. So I'm going to jump into that one probably right after Howling Dark, and then work my way back through the other list, and we'll see what I do or don't get to. So it's a pretty stacked month, but I just need some shorter palate cleanse books, some that it's not going to take so much of an investment for me to really dive into, because the count took a lot out of me. So what's going to be coming up on the channel this month? Well, there's a few videos that I didn't get to put out this month that I was actually looking forward to for numerous reasons. I had some other videos that popped up, and honestly, I didn't consider having to do my monthly wrap up, because I had another video I was going to post today, but I'll post it next Sunday. But yeah, I got a couple good, fun videos coming up. Still going to do my 1-star reviews of 5-star reads, and that's where I think I'm going to get my bride to go and look at my Goodreads and see some of the books that I gave 5 stars, and then she go and look up some 1-star reviews of those books, and then I have to guess what that book is. My brother Sam over iSamWise, he actually recommended maybe I gamify it a little bit, and so that sounds ominous but fun, and so we'll see how that plays out. I think that's the route I'm gonna go. So thanks for the advice there, Sam. Yeah, I may be regretting it later. So that's the first one. And then I'm going to do a video on book covers, and I kind of want to keep it vague because I think it's going to be pretty fun. It's going to be a different kind of video than I normally do. I really enjoy Ian Gubeli. I think that's how you say his last name. I really enjoy Ian Gubeli's YouTube channel, and so it'll be in a similar vein as his videos. If you like his, you kind of know what I'm talking about. But then I'm going to do a rating libraries video. I think libraries are underutilized resources for us readers. I think, you know, we see a new shiny book and we have to buy it, you know, guilty, right? We see a new shiny book and we have to buy it, and then we don't even read it. Well, we don't get to it. So libraries are really underutilized. And so I'm going to do a fun video with some local libraries around here. Then as far as reviews go, I'm going to do the count. I hope to have a special guest review the book with me. We'll see. I think I'm probably going to do that one this coming Wednesday. So that'll be really cool. The first video of July. And then I'm going to do my Howling Dark review whenever I finish it, because I should finish it up. I'm hoping to actually finish it up this weekend, but I highly doubt it. I doubt that I'll have the time. And then I'll have a few other reviews that I'll sprinkle in there. I'm not sure which ones I'm going to do yet. If you guys follow me over at Instagram and you've looked through any of my catalog of the books that I've completed, and there's a book that you want me to review, drop me a comment down below, and I'm happy to do a review of several of these books. That kind of wraps up what the month of July is going to look like. So we've got a pretty stacked month as far as content goes, and then I'll post at least one short a week. I may try to do a couple. I'm not sure yet. I think I'd like to bring back the inappropriate book reviews, or inappropriate time for a book recommendation. Those are fun. Those actually take a lot of thought and work for a 60-second video, but those are fun. And so this leads me into my book haul for this month. Now, at first I was like, I don't have anything for the book haul this month. At least maybe not anything you guys haven't already seen, but I do want to go ahead and go over some of those things. And then when I started looking at it and making a list, which is what I've done here, it's actually a pretty stacked book haul. So I want to start with my thrift store finds. And so I found all of these on the same day at Goodwill. I got Hidden Pictures by Jason Rekulak. I don't know how you pronounce that name, but I've heard this one talked about a lot on YouTube. So this was all four of these were the other ones that I was considering in the spot of the Silent Woods, because they're all kind of sub 300 pages. But yeah, I found this one, and then I got The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager, and then I got Survive the Night by Riley Sager, and then I got The Only One Left. And this was the one that I've heard the most about. I know Ted, my buddy Ted, hey brother, that he has recommended this book a lot, and a lot of other people have too. And so this one sounded pretty cool. I think they said it's kind of got a Knives Out feel to it. So I picked up all four of these. I think they were like $2 a piece for these hardcovers. Yes, I know some of them are the book of the month edition. I don't care. But yeah, I picked these up, and so I don't know if I'm going to read these or these Silent Woods, or maybe I'll read more than one. But yeah, I picked those up. So that was really cool. And then if you guys watched any of my shorts, you saw that I picked up Hyperion by Dan Simmons. This was the Broken Binding edition. I purchased this back in like January maybe, and it just now got fulfilled. It's got I'm going to try to show these off as best I can, but again, we're not going to do any edits. We're going to do it live. We'll do it live. So so the naked hardback, I think, is pretty cool. The end papers, I think, is where it kind of really shines. And then this back end paper here, it's beautiful. But I really, really like the dust jacket that it came with. Now, yes, it did come with the original artwork covers. I have those. I'm not as big of a fan of those, honestly, because I think this one is just so cool. Seeing this cover makes me want to pick the book up a lot quicker than I have planned, and so I have to restrain kind of restrain myself from just, ooh, new shiny book. But yeah, this one is really cool. So I picked that one up, and then the other day my son got in the mail the Aragon Broken Binding book. So I'm gonna pick these up one at a time. These are gorgeous. Now, unfortunately, I know they had to ship the dust covers or dust jackets out separately due to weight or something like that. But I'm gonna show you what the naked hardbacks are like. So this is the book one. This is Aragon. So this is the naked hardback, and that is super cool. The artwork there, and then you've got the inside cover art there, which is excellent. And then you've got this one, and then of course you got the super cool sprayed edges. Right, so that's book one. Book two, I can't remember what order they are. I got these for my son. I enjoyed the first Aragon book, but definitely I think maybe a little too old for these, or maybe not too old, but these definitely speak to a, 11, 12-year-old boy a lot more than they do a 35-year-old man. And so when he was talking to me about these books, I do enjoy getting to read them with him. But I think he's about to finish the series. And so when we were sitting here talking about it, it just sounded very reminiscent of The Bound and the Broken, which I know has been a common comparison. It's very cool. And so I'm like, well, if I want to read that kind of farm boy dragon rider fantasy, I think I'm just going to finish Bound and the Broken. There's so many similarities. So this is book 3. Again, just such a cool cover. You have that interior cover art. Yeah, that is super cool. It's one of my favorite pieces of artwork here. And then of course you've got sprayed edges there. But yeah, I was like, it just sounds so similar to Bound and the Broken that I think I'll just wait. Not saying I'll never pick it up, because I definitely will. I just don't know when I'm going to finish it, because these are super thick books too. So this is book 4. Yeah, the Broken Binding has just absolutely knocked it out of the park lately. I mean, as far as their special edition books, now their fantasy sub books are this most recent one I'm not crazy about. Now I do want to show you all 4 of these stacked beside each other, because I want to show you the sprayed edges together, because it is super cool. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. That is awesome. So he was tickled to death. So I told him, like, you can have these, but they're going to sit on my shelf because I don't want them messed up. And so he's excited to read out of these. So I'm excited to get them to him. So I told him whenever he gets old enough and moves out, he can take them with him. Okay, so I got those. And then obviously you guys have already seen, I picked up Howling Dark, the hardcover. I want to get all the hardcovers. I absolutely love the cover art on these, by the way. I think they are just phenomenal. Now, I've made it far enough that I know that this isn't a one-for-one representation of Karn Sagara, but I still think this cover is super cool. So, with that being said, I did get something pretty cool in the mail the other day for me, which is I got the Broken Binding set, the first 3 books, and so I picked up. Here's book 1, Empire of Silence. Again, so cool. This cover art. Yeah, I've enjoyed them so much that I know that I'm gonna love this series, because I had issues with book 1, but I loved the ending and everything so much that I know I'm gonna continue with the series, and so I didn't want to miss out on these. I'd sold some other books so that I could pick these up. That's book 1. Book 2, Howling Dark. Again, interior cover art. Really, really cool. Let's do the interior cover art. Back. Yeah, look at that. That is so cool. And then this is my favorite naked hardback of these. There's just so much going on. I have not made it to this part in the book yet, so I'm really excited because of this artwork. And then book 3, which is Demon in White. Oh, one aside. For those of you that have finished Howling Dark, how come, maybe I'm missing something here. Maybe I haven't got there yet, and it very well could happen soon, but I don't think this is accurate. Yeah, I don't think this is accurate. I'm at this section in the book, and one of these characters that's here, I don't think is supposed to be here. So let me know if I'm just making that up. But anyway, I digress. So here's book 3, Demon in White. I know a lot of people complain about this because they're like, well, it's just the regular hardcover, but it's just mocked up a little bit differently. I like it. I think it's clean. I like that it is derivative of the original naked hardback, but I mean, I guess that's my opinion. But yeah, I don't really see what there is to complain about. Here's the naked hardback of this one. Really cool. Again, just the artwork. I think Jeff Brown did all these too. I'm not sure, but I think so. And I mean, he's by far my favorite fantasy and sci-fi cover artist probably ever. I mean, look at that. He's just so good. And I'm really excited about the other ones coming up. And so these three together, the sprayed edges, you can definitely see where they're going with this. So I'm really looking forward to books 4 and 5 that I think are coming out later this year. Or at least I think the pre-sale is or whatever. But yeah, that'll be really, really cool. Okay, moving forward. This leads me into my book giveaway for the month. So last month, my buddy Josh over at Already Overbooked, he picked up my extra copy of Soul Cage, which, man, I hope you enjoy it. This month, I'm going to give away Dune. I'm going to give away this. It's just a mass market paperback of Frank Herbert's Dune. This is the one that I read. I picked up the hardcover, which I don't know if you can see it right here. It's got this gold with the blue sprayed edges. I picked that up a couple of years ago with some gift cards. And so I've just got this extra copy laying around. So guys, if you want to win this copy of Dune, there's not really a whole lot that you have to do. All you have to do is leave me a comment down below and just say, hey, I'm interested in the book. Now, I want to preface this because last month everybody that commented on last month's check-in video, I just put them in the drawing. And there were some people that messaged me later that said, hey, I didn't want to be in the drawing. So you have to let me know specifically this month that, hey, I want Dune. I know it seems sort of like that you're asking for a handout or whatever. I'm like, I don't want to say, oh, I want that. Just put the word Dune in your comment. That's all you have to do. You don't, I get it, but just, hey, yeah, I would love that copy. And please make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, because I do want to make sure that this goes to a subscriber to say thank you to you guys that have been supporting the channel. And so, yeah, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and just leave a comment down below that says Dune. Now, if you've already got a copy of this, I'm not going to tell you not to enter for the drawing, because maybe you've got somebody you want to give this to. But I do want to try to get this in the hands of somebody that hasn't read it before or that doesn't have a copy. So I'm not trying to stipulate. I don't really care, but it would be great if I could get this in the hands of somebody that actually wants to read it and doesn't want to just, add another one. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and leave a comment down below that says Dune. Now, you can put it anywhere in there. You can put it in the middle of your sentence, because I know Sam is probably going to do that just randomly, or he's probably going to spell it out in some alliterative way or whatever. But yeah. So this month's giveaway is going to be Dune by Frank Herbert. Again, leave me a comment down below and I will do the drawing. I will let you know, I think, let's see, I'll do the drawing, let's see, not this coming Friday, but next. So that will be the 4th. So it'll be the 13th, I think. And I'll do a YouTube short of who won. So yeah, so you've got 2 weeks to enter. So Dune by Frank Herbert. Okay. And I want to add a new section to my monthly check-ins. My buddy and brother Josh over at Already Overbooked, he does this every week where he does a booktuber spotlight. And I think that is so cool. I think that is such a great idea. And I'm just going to completely rip it off because it's such a good idea. It's a way to spotlight some of these other channels that you want to show some love, and that maybe you've gotten some ideas or inspiration or maybe just entertainment from. So I love that idea. So as a way to kind of give back, I want to do the same thing. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a YouTube spotlight. And so I think each month I'm going to give you one booktube channel that I've really enjoyed, and then I'm going to give you sort of a channel that's adjacent to booktube. And so I just want to start by recommending to you Josh's channel over at Already Overbooked. He's got an excellent channel. This dude reads fast. He reads super fast, and he reads quality books, a lot of indie books. He gives a lot of these indie books a lot of love. So make sure you go check him out. His channel is super fun. He's covered a lot of stuff. And he does these weekly updates that I consume each week. So y'all go check out Josh over at Already Overbooked. Absolutely love his channel. It is excellent. And he's a great member of this community. Yeah, y'all go check him out. He has an excellent channel. And then sort of as my adjacent channel, I'm going to recommend that you guys check out this channel called Bardify. Now, this is a channel that I go to for ambient music, because when I'm reading, I have to have normally one of two things. I either have to have complete silence, or I have to have noise that is blocking out some sort of, external sound. And so what I tend to do when I'm at home is I like to put headphones on or headphones in and turn some ambient music on that goes with the book that I'm physically reading. Now with audiobooks, obviously it's a little bit different, but this channel Bardify is an excellent resource for particularly fantasy, because I think they predominantly use their channel for like D&D campaigns and those kind of things, which I think is awesome. And so they have all these different kinds of settings and music and moods with the music that just go so well with the books that I like to read. So as I'm listening to it, I just flock to this. They're the first channel I check. And so they've got some, when I just did my review of Assassin's Apprentice, all the Robin Hood books, all the music that I had, the ambient music going when I was reading, was from Bardify, and it was so perfect of how the two went together. So go check their channel out. They don't need any of my help by any means, but I think it's an excellent resource for you guys, the reader, for anybody else that kind of wants to do the same thing, that gets that ambient sound, that ambient music to really get you in the mood, to really pull you into the story. This is an excellent way to do it. So go check out Bardify. Well, guys, that's all I have for you this month. It's been a pretty good month. It's been a long month with the count. Again, I plan to do that review, I think maybe coming Wednesday. But yeah, it's been a good month, and I'm really looking forward to the months to come. I just can't tell you guys how much I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me, talk about books, nerding out a little bit. I just appreciate you guys. I really can't articulate that enough. My wife tells me, you say thank you too many times in your videos, and I do. I say it like 15 times. I normally have to cut those out and get down to the last one, but I just want to express to you guys how much I really appreciate you. So yeah, looking forward to this coming month. Guys, let me know what you got coming this month. Let me know if there's anything that you want to see from me this month. Again, thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you on the next one.